stuff I had to say today. I've been holding my own, but it's a good thing I'm wearing my working boots for a reason, and this is something that most people might or might not know about me. It just feels like I have somebody up above looking down on me at all times, and that somebody was our beloved cousin who has been the main reason why Broken Fields is still here in existence. Like Gordon Harvey, our beloved cousin who passed away not too long. It was last couple of years back. If I try to remember, and it was very I'm gonna be very blunt with you guys because I remember the day, and I think it was I don't know, try to be specific, but it was kind of like quiet the one day, and I don't know what happened or anything, and next time I found that our beloved cousin, Gordon, who has been mainstream of rocking the videos since its inception, passed away, and I was quite choked because my fond memory of him was when that time when we were in Winnipeg. I went to see U2 in the Fray, and that was like my only time I ever saw him, and yeah. Even in fact, I think it was during 2013, Rockin' the Fields. I just felt like I had like a divine intervention. I was down in the pit area with everybody, and Trooper was playing, and I swear it was on his grave. I just felt like there was somebody standing on my right side with his hand on my shoulder, and that person was our cousin, our little cousin Gordon Harvey, who it just felt like there was like a ghost. And at that point on 2013, during after seeing Trooper and all that, I was nearly scared to crap out of myself, point blank. And I don't think I ever told anybody that day, but it still has like stuck with me. But the reason why I'm wearing this because of him. And every day when I'm out going to any store or anything, wearing this honor him, because like I said, he was the reason why. He was the reason why Rockin' the Fields is still around today, because it's him. Because every time when I'm in Minnedosa for Rockin' the Fields, it just feels like he's still here in spirit. I can just, every time I'm down in Minnedosa for a festival, for Rockin' the Fields, I'm walking in and around the campsites, and there was a picture that was taken of a celebration of his life, and it was just remarkable that year, and because being part of a festival organization, it's something that something I never ever want to pass up. Because 2012, like I said, it was my debut, my niche. 2012 Rock in the Fields will ever go down. One of the greatest moments in Rock in the Fields is having me being there. It's like, it was not a dream come true. It was something that, this is my time to shine. Because ever since Rock and Fields existence, like, you look at all the posters from all the years, ever since the existence, they had all these great bands like the Big Sugars, White Mason, Jones Master Attraction. And when 2012 came around, it was kind of like, well, this is you're now part of the thing, part of the organization, part of DNA. That year, when Finger 11 and Default were announced, that year I knew 2012 Rock in the Fields, it's gonna be off the hook. That same year, plus it was my debut, I was a really good story in the midst of 2012 Rock in the Fields, when 2012 Rock in the Fields lineup was being put together and tabulated, that they're having this rock off for all these up and coming bands, and they're putting this judges for all the rock off, and they said that they need somebody with the musical experience to be a judge. And you know what? I didn't thought of it. I didn't I literally said, yeah, I want to be in. A couple seconds later, I was told I'm in. I was just hysterical. I was just like jaw dropped before. I was like, this is something that I could not believe. I was a judge for the Rock Off that year. That day, waking up on that day, 2012 Rock in the Fields in Minnedosa, it was like up, shower, all that, and I was kind of like, oh my God, this is like my big break. This is like, got all settled in, being judged for the Rock Off that year. I was like, wow. That same day, that same night, met Finger 11 in person, met the whole band in person, meet and greet, saw them perform live. I was like, wow, man, two birds with one stone that year. 2013, you know what, it was a great year, a lot of great bands. Theory, Devin, and Big Wreck, Trooper, Headpins, Starship, Mickey Thomas, Monstruck, One Bad Son. When Monstruck was playing live, fun fact, I'm standing on the deck watching everything happen, and somebody came up to me and said, like, hey, you want to go backstage? Monstruck's playing right now. I was just like, far off. I'm like, yes. So I was like VIP the whole 9 yards. I'm walking off the deck, and I still to this day, I'm not sure how that all got figured out or started with, but I was just like, maybe like I'm still not sure from that day how I was able to go backstage, see Monster Truck playing live. Maybe I had something to do with it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at that moment. But when I'm walking out of the back gate towards the other stage, down by the pit, and walking up on the steps, I felt like, holy, this is something huge. Not in my wildest dreams I ever would have done something like that, and I was just like, I had to, my eyes were just like got bulged on my head, and I'm like, and I'm like standing behind this big little curtain netting thing, and seeing the monster like forming like right in front of me, but behind them, I was just like, I can't tell you guys enough of just that moment. I was like, and I felt like I was like pinching myself. Did that just happen? But last year's, I was waiting for a team, Rockin' the Fields. It just felt like you do one little errand for the people there, and you get something in return. That little errand, we were told to pick up all these big rocks from the main gate, because you know where you walk into the one main gate into Rockin' the Fields, like the old festival thing. All these rocks are just big and bulgy and all that, so we're told to pick up all the rocks and to just clean it up, make sure everything's all neat and pretty. So while I was doing that, saying to myself, man, feels like I'm getting dirty. So then after that, I felt like, okay, hopefully I get something in return. Well, I did. I was being pulled aside while Daniel Jones was playing outside meet and greet, 3 Days Grace. That same night, I was just like floored. And I got a picture taken with them and all that. I was like, man, that makes my night go very, very smooth. And with this year's lineup still tinkering and all that, and believe me, which you guys will see coming very, very soon, believe me, this year's lineup, I gotta say, it's gonna blow everybody out of the water with the bands that we got during yeah, like I said, coming very soon once this year's 2015 Rockin' Fields has been announced. When this year's 2015 Rockin' Fields was being announced, I've been doing drum covers for bands that are going to be performing at this year's 2015 Rockin' Fields. Believe me, coming soon.